I want to talk about the new season. Now, we all know from the very beginning of the year, when the COVID started, I was one of the first to say that the world is going to a global reset. Everything is going to a reset. I like to talk about the new season of the church, where the church is entering into. For the last 10 years, we have been praying in the secret. We average at least 500 hours of prayer every year, fasting and crying out to God, believing that serving God is not only by preaching. The greatest service we can do for God most of the time in the secret. We master upon the line the pleasure to serve God in the secret. For we don't see our brain, we don't see our heart, but those are the most important organs in our body. So we do understand that we don't have to run and to do so many things for God to please Him. We understand that we have to be positioned to do the only thing that God is asking of us. So it's better to spend your whole life doing just one thing that God has asked of you, rather than doing thousands of things for God that He has not asked. I know we are rewarded on obedience. We are not rewarded on activities. You can do so many things for God, but the true reward of the believer, the true reward of the faithful, the true reward of the slaves of Christ is on the platform of obedience, is when we obey His divine instruction. So we have been serving God in that secret time, and for that all the time I've been announcing and preaching and announcing that it will come a time where the church as we know it now will not going to be function. I never knew how it's going to happen. But the way I study how the church were in the beginning, I study the growth of the church all the way to this point. I study the different seasons of the church all the way to this point. The church as we know it now cannot stand till Jesus comes. The church has to be moved into another season. And that is what I'm going to talk about today. The new season where God is taking us into, and so that we can be ready, so that we can be prepared. So everything must change. Our messages must change. How we preach must change. The way we serve God must change. Our perception, our intelligence, our knowledge, everything must change in this new season. There are certain messages that is so good, it's very good, but are useless given the time and the season upon which the church is in. For the message, the scripture is found in the book of 2 Peter chapter 1 verse 5. I'll read for everyone. For this reason, giving all diligence, add to your faith virtue, and to virtue knowledge. What I'm going to say today, it's going to shock you a little bit. But I want you to understand, I'm not undermining the importance of faith. We are only saved by faith. It's only by faith that we can please God. But here, Peter is saying, for this reason, add to your faith virtue and to virtue knowledge. So we are entering into a season where we are compelled, all of us, to understand the mysteries of man. So the thing that you own spiritually are the things that you know, but then you understand. You don't own anything spiritually if you don't understand it. Knowledge is not given. I am provoking you today to trigger in you the desire to know more, because knowledge is only acquired. What keeps you in a permanent life of glory is knowledge. What keeps you in a permanent life of glory is knowledge. What keeps you in a permanent life of glory is knowledge.